I'm myself a hydrogeologist. My name is Alexis Gutierrez. I'm working at BRGM, the French Geological Survey, and I am coordinator of the international actions within this geological survey. I'm also project leader, and I want to talk about the tools of the French cooperation that enable us to make projects with the French funding. The first of those tools is a bank. It's a French agency for development. It's like the World Bank. It's giving loans and grants. Then the Ministry of Foreign Affairs can also finance some studies, particularly in the research domain or for capacity building. And then we have the French water agencies, which are financing a lot of small studies, which are used particularly by the NGOs and the non-profit organization. And as we are part of the European Union, we also participate in the funding of research projects, European research projects, such as the Water GPI. There was recently a project with University of Stellenbosch where BRGM and university were collaborating on NBS, nature-based solutions. The actors of French cooperation in groundwater, public institutions, first of all, and among the public institutions, BRGM, we are the main actor in the groundwater. We are the geological survey with a big water department, more than 200 people, and we have 3 missions. One is support the policy, the French government. The second one is a research. We are a research institute, and the third one is an international cooperation, and that's why I'm here today. Then you have other public institutions that can have some water project in the SADC area. The CIRAD, it's devoted to agriculture and water security. They have projects in Madagascar and in Tanzania, in Zimbabwe as well. And also, of course, the French Research Center, which can have collaboration with universities of all your countries. In the private sectors, you will find some French companies, but mainly answering to tenders. And with non-governmental organizations financed by the French government, you will have the Office International de l'Eau, the International Office of Water, and various humanitarian actors that are working, for instance, today in Madagascar. As for BRGM, it's a long collaboration with the SADC countries, and it was particularly reinforced in the past 10 years. We have carried out many geological maps in many countries. Congo, for instance, with the geological survey of each local national country, the mapping of Congo, DRC, Angola, Madagascar, and more recently, Malawi. We have a big also component of capacity building. We are managing the project PANAFGEO with all the geological surveys of Africa, and it's a big training project for all the geologists of those geological surveys. As a research institute, we have some collaborations with local universities. This is just an example with University of Stellenbosch. I just mentioned the project on the nature-based solution and MAR. Another project with the University of Cape Town, UCT, regarding the MAR and the microbiome. I will maybe talk about it later. And another project with mining wastewater with the University of Limpopo. And we are also involved in the PhD thesis of Candice Lasher-Shapers. Some of you know her from the city of Cape Town. She's also at the IAH, the International hydrogeological association. Regarding Botswana, we were in Botswana for a long time, during a few years in the 80s, so I guess now the trained hydrogeologists of this period are retired. We worked a little bit in Zimbabwe, and I will talk about two projects, one in city of Cape Town and one in Namibia, which were done very recently. And our next involvement will be in Mozambique next year. So you see it concerning many of your countries. As for Namibia, project was to support the government to combat drought, and it was threefolded: training of staff, hydrogeological study, and in the hydrogeological study, we had the recharge assessment with the climate change impact on the recharge and prediction of the recharge at 2050. An aquifer potential map and a planning map, or we call it also groundwater opportunity map, which includes the aquifer potential, the sustainable resource estimation, and the economic feasibility. And that's a bit unusual to have the three components in the same document and in the same study. And of course, there was a big training component. Some people in the room may talk about that. They were part of the team. And also, yes, some advertisements. In the capacity building, we had a module on pumping test, and they used the software WEP for interpretation, pumping test interpretation. I will give a link. There is a new version now, which is in English, and it's free, and it's very much appreciated by the users. The second project I wanted to talk about is support to the city of Cape Town for water management. And in this project, we had three tasks: a groundwater level monitoring and real-time prediction. That is, we installed sensors with telemetry. Those sensors send data to a server. The server automatically feeds a pre-calibrated model to display the most probable water level in the next 6 months. So that's something we have deployed in France in many places, and they are used by municipalities and by water authorities to restrict the water whenever the threshold is about to be reached. So it allows an anticipation of all the measures, and it's appreciated for decision makers. The second task was the training of the staff to this software and method of monitoring and real-time prediction. And the third task regards the monitoring of the contaminant of emerging concerns in the Cape Flats. So there is a specific slide about that, because from this study in the Cape Flats, where the main contaminant of emerging concerns were detected, we obtained a second project from another funder. The first one was funded by the AFD, and the second one is funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it's to show that there may be some complementarity. The second one is MAREM, the Managed Aquifer Recharge and the Microbiome, and it's to explore how the bacteria and microfauna in the aquifer can give a good health to your aquifer, and how they can be affected by the recharge, the artificial recharge that MAR projects may implement. So this is done with UCT and also the participation of Umvoto. Now, regarding capacity building, I told you about this big program, PANAFGEO, which it's addressing all the geological surveys. And most of the geological surveys, they do not have knowledge in hydrogeology. So in the next program of PANAFGEO is already existing for 10 years, but in the next program, 25 to 29, there will be hydrogeological training, and the next training will be in July, in the SADC region, in the SADC region. The next training is in July in Angola for a Portuguese speaker, in March 27 in Namibia, and in October 27 in Zambia. To apply for this training program, there will be advertisement and application forms to submit. In conclusion, James Saramba said in the welcoming message, let's fund the future of groundwater. And funding is the topic of my presentation. French people like to play with words. French cooperation proposes several funding tools that may be used to improve groundwater knowledge and water security. As a public institution, the French Geological Survey is eligible to implement groundwater studies funded by the French government. The budget and the conditions differ by countries, but the first step is to characterize together the need to identify a common project and to demonstrate a will of cooperation to implement this project. Merci pour votre attention. Here are two links, one on the project in Cape Town, if you are interested in this monitoring and forecasting tool. It will be in the next journal, Hydrogeology Journal, and it's already available with this link. And the other one is for the tool of the computer-assisted pumping test interpretation, which has new methods and derivative log interpretation systems.
Thank you so much. Thank you for keeping time. Also, is there any questions for Alex? Maybe one question I can put, not really question or comment. SADC-GMI has done a needs assessment in terms of training and capacity development, so maybe there's an opportunity to link those already done initiatives to see how it can tie up to your potential training programs. So perhaps there's an opportunity for engagement. Any questions? Yes, Matthijs?
Yes, thank you very much for a wonderful merci beaucoup. Nonetheless, can you just maybe give one sentence or so what you mean by hydrogeological training?
By there is what?
Hydrogeological training.
The training program.
The training program in PANAFGEO, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in PANAFGEO, it's 2 weeks training on basic hydrogeology, and it's aiming geologists from the geological surveys, as most of them don't have knowledge in hydrogeology.